You've heard of cash for votes. You've heard of money power during elections. You've even seen bundles of cash being waved outside Parliament in the infamous cash scandal many years ago. But a big political war over cash has now broken out after Rajya Sabha chairperson Jagdeep Dhankhar said that a wad of 50,000 rupees in cash was recovered from the seat allocated to Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi today. The claim by Dhankhar on the floor of the House has led to angry protests by Congress MPs, with the party president Mallikarjun Kharge stressing that names should not be taken in this manner without an investigation. Here's everything we know so far.
Apparently, a wad of currency notes was recovered by the security official from seat number 20222, presently allotted to Shri Abhishek Manu Singhvi, elected from state. I don't cast any aspersion on anyone.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar on Friday morning informed the Rajya Sabha he had ordered a probe into the recovery of cash from Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi's bench. Leader of opposition Mallikarjun Kharge, however, questioned the chairman for naming Singhvi when the probe was yet to be completed.
Without investigating, how can you say a particular man or particular seat?
Union ministers immediately rose in support of Dhankhar.
I don't understand why there should be objection that the chair should not take the name of the member. When? No, but then chairman has rightly pointed out the seat number and the member who occupies that particular seat number. What is wrong in that? Why there should be objection?
The charges triggered an angry exchange of words.
मुझे आप पर और आपकी रूलिंग पर पूरा भरोसा है कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन डिटेल में होगा और दूध का दूध पानी का पानी होगा। लेकिन प्रजातंत्र में कभी कुछ बातें अपने पक्ष में आती हैं, कुछ अपने विपक्ष में आती हैं। किसी पर आप तीव्रता दिखाओ और किसी मुद्दे को आप मिट्टी डालो, यह ठीक नहीं है। हमारे लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन वरिष्ठ नेता हैं, मैं उनसे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था कि वो कहेंगे कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो, अच्छे तरीके से हो, लेकिन मैं लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन के वक्तव्य में कहीं इन्वेस्टिगेशन को प्रीएम्प्ट करने की कोशिश तो नहीं चल रही है, इसको भी ध्यान में रखने की जरूरत है।
We never objected that you should not investigate. Have we objected? Why Mr. Nadda should say that I am trying to suppress that matter? We never. You suppress so many things and you people do that. We don't do that. It is your quality.
While the chairman did not reveal the amount, sources tell India Today 50,000 rupees was found. Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi denied the money belonged to him.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I came at 12:57 inside the house after signing my attendance. 1 o'clock the house rose, I went and had lunch with Ayodhya Rami Reddy in the canteen and then I went away. I think more important is that everything in the house should not lead to cheap tactics and arop, pratyarop, allegation, counter-allegation for everything. I think it demeans our level. But anyway, it should be fully inquired into how the security lapse occurred, who put it, rightly or by mistake. But it's no point, in fact, I would question the very rationale of even mentioning 222 as the seat number.
The recovery comes even as the BJP and Congress are locked in a fierce face-off over Adani's indictment in a US court. While the Congress is demanding a JPC probe into allegations that Gautam Adani paid bribes to land a solar deal, the BJP has accused the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, of working in tandem with billionaire George Soros and foreign agencies to hurt India's growth story.
जॉर्ज सोरोस और राहुल गांधी ये एक ही हैं। राहुल ही जॉर्ज है, राहुल ही जॉर्ज है और जॉर्ज का एजेंडा ही राहुल का एजेंडा है। जो सोरोस चाहता है वही राहुल चाहते हैं। सोरोस भारत का अमंगल चाहता है, अहित चाहता है। राहुल गांधी भी भारतवर्ष का अमंगल और अहित चाहते हैं।
जो लोग जवाहरलाल नेहरू जिन्होंने 13 साल आजादी की लड़ाई में जेल में काटे, उनको देशद्रोही कह सकते हैं। जो इंदिरा जी को देशद्रोही कह सकते हैं, जिन्होंने पाकिस्तान को के 2 टुकड़े किए, जो शहीद हुए इस देश के लिए, जो राजीव जी को देशद्रोही कह सकते हैं। तो अगर वो राहुल जी को ऐसा करें तो इसमें कोई नई बात तो है नहीं।
लगातार विरोध प्रदर्शन हो रहा है प्रियंका जी,
और मुझे बहुत गर्व है अपने भाई पे।
मैम एक बार रिपीट कर दीजिए क्या करें?
मेरे भाई के लिए देश से ऊपर कुछ नहीं है।
Parliament only resumed working this Monday after the first week was washed out. Now the tussle between the BJP and Congress is set to heat up the winter session further. With Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So the obvious curiosity for anyone, in the public space will be, what's the big deal about cash being found in Parliament? Are there some rules that govern it? Because 50,000 rupees is a large sum of money, but does it sound like a scam level kind of sum of money? So what are the rules? Well, for starters, as you might have expected, there's no explicit law banning MPs from carrying cash. I mean, they are, after all, citizens. They're allowed to carry cash. But any display of a large amount of money is strictly prohibited. So that can't happen. Nobody can walk around waving wads of cash. That didn't happen in this case, FYI. Carrying several bundles of cash is also strictly prohibited. Display of cash could undermine the dignity of the institution. So this is a written code as far as Parliament is concerned. The rule was reinforced after the note for vote scam in 2008, when you remember, a constellation of absolutely shameless leaders brandished banknotes outside the Parliament. In 2008, MPs were displayed bundles of cash inside the Lok Sabha during that particular trust vote. So compared to that, in this particular case, 50,000 rupees, a wad of 15,000 rupees has been found at a seat apparently allocated to Abhishek Manu Singhvi, has triggered an alarm enough for the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha to actually identify the seat, name Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and trigger what you just saw in that report is a big face-off. Joining me live are reporters from Parliament, Piyush Mishra, also Amit Bharadwaj. Piyush, 50,000 rupees doesn't strike one as a colossal sum of money that should trigger some kind of, huge investigation. Most people would think that, compared to the kinds of notes that have been displayed in Parliament in the past, 50,000 rupees, many MPs are fairly wealthy. It is not beyond the realm of imagination for MPs to even carry 50,000 rupees with them. Abhishek Manu Singhvi himself is a fairly wealthy person, even though he has categorically denied that this money is his own. There are many other wealthy MPs. Why has this become such a big deal? The public wants to know, Piyush.
Well, absolutely, Shiv. It has now become a huge row because the cash which has been found is now being investigated by the top authorities. What we are learning is that a committee has already been formed which will look into as to how the cash reached there in the Parliament premises. Today in the morning, it was Jagdeep Dhankhar who had said that there was, the investigation was going on, the checks were going on, and during that course, the authorities found 50,000 cash there. BJP is now terming it corruption. BJP is saying that it's black money, and Congress, ka se Congress and ka se corruption, they both are synonymous to each other. This is what the BJP is saying. But at the same time, Shiv, Congress party is saying that without concluding any kind of probe, you cannot name a leader behind this. Though JP Nadda, who is leader of the House, also slammed the Congress party, saying that it is unusual and also undermines the dignity of Parliament. We'll have to wait and watch what will come out of this entire probe. And like you rightly mentioned, that there is no law that an MP cannot carry cash inside the House. But what is more problematic here is that the cash was found, and that also on the seat of Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Also, Rajya Sabha chairperson said that nobody had claimed that, and that is why it has become a huge problem. And now all the CCTVs are going to be checked. They are going to find how did the cash actually reach there in Rajya Sabha, and that on the seat number 222.
I'm just confused because, and I'm actually a little bemused by this whole situation because, Amit, I can imagine people expressing alarm if 10 crore rupees or 20 crore rupees was found somewhere in Parliament, in bundles or in a suitcase or under someone's seat. 50,000 rupees is, 50 1,000 rupee notes or 25 2,000 rupee notes. It's not such a big deal. I'm not saying that it's not a small sum of money. It's a big sum of money. But, MPs can easily carry 50,000 rupees. It's not difficult to carry 50,000 rupees even into Parliament. It's not like it's going to trigger some kind of alarm. And the cynic in me is also wondering, kya corruption kar loge 50,000 ke saath? I'm not casting aspersions on MPs, but I'm sure no MP does anything for 50,000 rupees.
Right, Shiv. That's the biggest question right now that India Bloc is also pointing out at. But certainly, carrying cash and this kind of cash being found on the floor of the House, right beneath the seat of a sitting MP, was a matter of concern because this was found by anti-sabotage unit of the Parliament. Every day there are checks at the end of the day when this kind of anti-sabotage checks are being done, and that's when it was found. But what is important out here is that the kind of opposition that has been registered by the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, what he said is that, the chair itself has said that the probe is going on, and before the probe is concluded, you can't come to a conclusion. So why name the MP is one of the major questions that the opposition benches are asking right now, in particular Rajya Sabha LOP, that why the MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi has been named, number one. Number two, even whether the notes are genuine or not, the chair said that we do not know as to whether the notes are genuine or not. The investigation needs to be done, and the agencies have been roped in for the purpose. And this was the second major concern that was raised by the opposition leaders, that there's an allegation, there's a finding that is being claimed. So let's wait for the probe to get over, and let's then letting the name of the MP known could have been better. Because right now there will be a lot of aspersions that are being cast on Mr. Singhvi right now. And in fact, in that particular case, Mr. Singhvi also said that on the day when this particular cash is being to be found, he was there in the Parliament in the Rajya Sabha only for 3 minutes because as per him, he came at 12:57, went out at 1 p.m. because of the ruckus that was happening in the House. So clearly, the opposition, in particular the Congress party, has objection to the fact that Mr. Singhvi's name have been put out in public on the floor of the House, rather, even before a proper probe has been concluded.
Okay, so I have no intention to sound lighthearted or facetious about this, but in a country where scams usually run into the many tens or hundreds of crores, I'm just a little amused by the paltriness of the sum over which Parliament appears to have seen this kind of upheaval today. 50,000 rupees doesn't strike me as being the centerpiece of any great corrupt act. I may be completely wrong, of course, and the journalist in me, of course, will always say that there needs to be an investigation, but I'm just wondering whether the naming and shaming, as it were, that has happened in Parliament is actually appropriate. Obviously, the law must take its own course. Thanks very much, Amit and Piyush, for bringing us into that story. Meanwhile, and Parliament has been, right at the center of a variety of storms. The cash controversy is what I started with because that was the most visible. But a big political spat apparently has erupted over not cash, but seating allotments inside Parliament. The India Bloc parties are unhappy with their new seats in the Lok Sabha. Before the new seats were allocated, Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav, Faizabad MP Avdesh Prasad and Akhilesh's wife and MP Dimple Yadav used to take seats in the first and second rows along with senior Congress leaders in the 8th block. But in the new arrangement, Akhilesh Yadav has been allocated a seat away from the Congress leaders in the first row of the 6th block, while Avdesh Prasad has been shifted to the second row and will be sitting along with Dimple Yadav. According to the new seating positions, Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, will be seated in the front row of the 8th block, while his sister and new MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will be seated in the 4th row of the same block. Why this sudden change in seats? Is there some kind of a spat between the Samajwadi Party and the Congress Party? The Samajwadi Party has denied any rift, but observers say that all is not well.
मैं नाराज नहीं हूं, लेकिन जो भी सीटिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन या सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट करते हैं उन्हें ये भी ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हर स्तर पे हमारे गठबंधन के लोगों को लड़ाने की कोशिश करेंगी, क्योंकि बीजेपी नहीं चाहती है कि इंडिया गठबंधन के लोग एकजुट हों। तो ये कम से कम इंडिया गठबंधन के लोगों को सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट कैसे होना है ये कोई बहुत बड़ा इशू नहीं है। ये तो ये है कि हम जब चाहेंगे तब रिजोल्व कर लेंगे। मैं तो आगे बैठा था, आज बैठा था, देखिए, नो इट इज नॉट इमोशन।
तो अखिलेश जी ने बोला आपको कि आप आगे बैठिए।
ऑन व्हाट बेसिस यू आर सेइंग दैट?
नहीं, मतलब सरकार के निशाने पर तो आप रहते हैं ना, क्योंकि फ्रंट आपको जो अलर्ट हुआ है सीट वो पीछे हो गई इस बार।
नो, पीछे नहीं थी, आज भी बैठे थे। आप कल देखिएगा, कल देखिए आगे सीट हम बैठेंगे, यहाँ माननीय अखिलेश जी हमारे नेता बैठते थे उसी सीट पे कल बैठेंगे।
हम चाहते हैं समाजवादी पार्टी को 2 सीटें फ्रंट की रो में मिले, और इसके लिए आग्रह भी स्पीकर से किया है, करते रहेंगे। 37 से ज्यादा सदस्य जिसके हों उसे पहली रो में न दिया जाए, इसलिए कि भाजपा की सरकार के अंदर जो अंदरूनी झगड़ा है, किस मंत्री को कहां बैठा लो, उसकी कीमत सापा क्यों चुका है, विपक्ष क्यों चुका है।
So let's just show you what the seating arrangements look like inside the Lok Sabha and where this spat has actually arisen. Now, Prime Minister Modi is in the first block, front row, seat number 1. He's the Prime Minister. Rajnath Singh, Defence Minister, first block, front row, seat number 2, right next to Modi. Rahul Gandhi is in the 8th block, front row, seat number 498. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, new Lok Sabha MP, she's on the 8th block, same as a brother, but the 4th row, seat number 517. Akhilesh Yadav earlier used to be seated with Rahul in the 8th block. Now he's been shifted to the 6th block, front row, seat number 355. Samajwadi Party MP Avdesh Prasad earlier seated with Akhilesh and Rahul, now in the 6th block, in the 2nd row, seat number 357. So it's a big fight over the seating arrangements inside the Lok Sabha. We've got some breaking news coming in now. Okay, Congress sources telling India Today that the parliament seating controversy is relevant and not a non-issue, because for every 28 members, 1 front seat can be allocated. So India bloc minus the Trinamool Congress, 7 seats were offered to the India bloc. It was decided that 1 seat will go to Rahul Gandhi, that's the leader of the opposition. Congress would get 3, Samajwadi Party 2, and the DMK 1. However, the government went back on the formula and reduced 1 seat of the Samajwadi Party. The Congress has protested about this to the Parliament Affairs Minister. The Samajwadi Party has also done the same. So let's get some clarity on this. India Today's reporter in Parliament, Aishwarya Paliwal, is with me live. Aishwarya, so this isn't so much a spat between the Congress and the Samajwadi Party as it is between the India bloc allies and the government. Am I right?
Well, Shiv, you know, we are seeing a tug of war taking place because there's a very old saying, Shiv, where you stand is often decided by where you sit. And that's why we are now seeing with regards to the front row. Because if you remember the last time, Abhishek Prasad, you know, he's someone that Akhilesh Yadav has been showing off in the entire parliament as a prized possession. So Akhilesh Yadav was expecting that at least, you know, that person would be given the front seat. And let me tell you, what has not happened is a conversation between the Congress and the Samajwadi Party. That did not take place. And that's the reason why we are seeing Akhilesh Yadav of coming out and saying that even though I'm not angry, but he did clearly in a veiled manner say that these are issues that can be resolved. But yes, let me tell you, Samajwadi Party thinks that Congress did not fight harder, and the reason why they have been given the back seats and not as much as they deserve is something that Akhilesh Yadav and Samajwadi Party will have to sort it out with the Congress Party, because they clearly believe that the kind of pushback that should have come from the Congress, that did not happen when the Congress raised the issue with the government and with the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Sure.
Okay, so where you stand is often dictated by where you sit. Very relevant to what we're talking about. Aishwarya, thanks very much for that quick update. Hopefully all of that will be sorted out. Parliament is a serious business. Hopefully the two parties can get to work quickly and sort out that seating arrangement. Remember, today is Baba Saheb Ambedkar's anniversary, and India remembers one of its tallest sons today. Here are some of the top images of celebrations and venerations from different parts of the country. Prime Minister Modi led the nation in paying tribute to Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar on his 69th Mahaparinirvan Divas at Parliament House. These are images from that ceremony this morning. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar also paid his respects to Dr. Ambedkar. December the 6th commemorates the death anniversary of Ambedkar, who championed social justice and equality in India. He's also the father of the Indian Constitution. During the event, Prime Minister Modi was seen sharing a light moment with Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge. This particular video has gone viral. Despite their differences in Parliament, the two senior leaders exchanged smiles in a rare gesture, an indication of what politics is really all about. Leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi, along with his sister and newly elected Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, also paid tribute at the Parliament ceremony to Dr. Ambedkar. Several other opposition leaders, including K.C. Venugopal and Pramod Tiwari, joined in paying homage to Dr. Ambedkar, the chief architect of India's constitution. Relevant today, considering that the Congress party has been leading a charge against the government with the Constitution as the centerpiece. Devendra Fadnavis has taken oath for the top post in Maharashtra. But what's on the cards for the BJP, Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar? Maharashtra's newly elected Chief Minister dropped a big hint in an exclusive and first interview to India today on the much-awaited Mahayuti 2.0 Sarkar, including portfolio distribution within the state government. Here's everything that we know so far.
देवेंद्र सरिता गंगाधरराव फडणवीस ईश्वर साथ से शपथ घेतो की
Devendra Fadnavis takes the reins of one of India's richest states. The BJP, Shiv Sena and NCP are yet to finalize the composition of the Maharashtra cabinet. In an exclusive interview with India Today, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis hinted the leadership wants a mix of youth and experience in the new government.
हमारी चर्चाएं चल रही है। देखिए, सवाल परसेप्शन का ही होता है। मतलब सभी को न्याय मिला है, ऐसा परसेप्शन अगर क्रिएट नहीं हुआ तो उनकी पार्टियों में उनको सम्मान नहीं मिलता है। तो इसलिए हमारी बातचीत चल रही है।
Sources have confirmed the BJP is likely to secure significant portfolios, including the Home and Revenue Ministries, alongside the prestigious Speaker's position and the chairperson of the Legislative Council. The Shiv Sena, led by Eknath Shinde, is expected to take charge of the Urban Development Ministry. The party is also eyeing the Legislative Council chairman post. The Finance Ministry and Deputy Speaker's position are expected to go to Ajit Pawar's NCP. The Chief Minister also cleared the air on rumours of rift within the Mahayuti.
चूंकि ये डिसाइसिव मैंडेट हमको मिला और भारतीय जनता पार्टी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी बनी कि मुख्यमंत्री भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बनेगा। हमारे दोनों दोस्तों से हमने बातचीत की, उनको भी इस बात की मान्यता थी। उन्होंने भी ये कहा था कि ये जैसे हमारी महायुति को मैंडेट है, वैसे ही हमारी पहली बैठक में एकनाथ शिंदे जी ने इस बात को मान्य कर लिया था।
The day after the oath-taking ceremony in Mumbai, Shiv Sena UBT launched a fierce attack on Shinde, accusing him of undermining the legacy of Bala Saheb Thackeray.
If you look at it, Bharatiya Janata Party's known strategy has been to backstab its own political allies. He was used as a chief minister for 2.5 years, and as soon as they've gone into an election and come back again, they've discarded him as the CM, and he himself has publicly hinted that.
Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde firmly rejected accusations.
आणि अशा या महाराष्ट्राचं नेतृत्व 2.5 वर्ष करण्याची संधी माझ्यासारख्या सर्वसामान्य शेतकऱ्याच्या कुटुंबातल्या कार्यकर्त्याला बाळासाहेबांच्या आशीर्वादाने, धर्मवीर आनंदीके साहेबांच्या आशीर्वादाने मिळाली, हे मी माझं भाग्य समजतो. बाळासाहेब ठाकरे जी हमारे दिल में है, हमारे दिल में है.
With the Mahayuti winning a 3/4 majority, Fadnavis faced the tough challenge of pleasing all constituents of the alliance. But with the BJP just short of the majority mark, the Chief Minister is expected to get a free hand in running the affairs of the state. Bureau Report, India Today.